Well, good morning to our Hatfield Christian Church family. Just lovely to have you join in with us on our devotions that we continue to do. I think you're probably aware that we are starting a Faith Promise season at Hatfield. We're doing it online this year. It's the first time we've done it this way, but we have been doing Faith Promise for so many years. And this is a time where we recommit to the outward focus of our lives. And I just think it's so particularly important during the season of Corona, where we're so aware of the things that we can't do, that we change our focus maybe to the things that we actually can do for those who are in need around us. And, you know, we can focus at this stage on all that we can't do. We can focus on things like, you know, I could do so much more if only we were allowed out, or if only we could do this, or I can't move forward without this, or I can't move forward until this. But you know, as I've looked at scripture, I've realized that when people come to God in scripture, there have been times when he's asked an unexpected question of them. And if we were to paraphrase that question, it would be God asking not about what you can't do or what you don't have, but asking, what do you have? And in fact, the question that he asks is, what do you have in your hand that you can give? 2 Kings is just such a good example of this. It tells the story of a widow who approaches Elisha in the most terrible state. Her husband is dead. He had been a God-fearing man. The creditors are coming. They want to take her 2 boys away for slavery. I mean, how bad is that? But Elisha tells her, what do you have? What have you actually got in your house? And she replies and she says, I've really got nothing. And then she says, but I've got 1 small jar of olive oil. And it's this very small jar of olive oil that God uses. And as she begins to pour the olive oil, more comes, and she's able to pay off her debts. And so she brings to God what she has got, and he works the miracle. The same in Exodus, when God tells Moses to confront Pharaoh on a social justice matter, and he's afraid, and he says, I can't do it, I'm not equipped, I'm not capable. And God says, what is that in your hands? What is it that you've got in your hands? And actually it was just a stick, it was a rod, it was something that Moses at that stage was shepherding, and it would have been the instrument that he used for shepherding. If I could call it that way, it would have been the tools of his trade at that stage. But it's that stick that he had in his hand that worked the miracle. And you know, when David faced Goliath, what did he have? He didn't have much, but he did have his slingshot and just some little stones that he had picked up. He rejected the fancy armor that was offered to him. And it was the simplicity of what he had that God took and worked the miracle with. Just a last example, and it's probably one of my most favorites, is in the Gospels, where you read about how all the people came around Jesus, and the disciples said, oh, the people are hungry, and Jesus said, feed them, and they were going, well, what can we feed with? And Jesus said, what do you have? Let's see, what have we got to work with? And there were those 2 loaves or 5 loaves and 2 fish. And Jesus says, bring it to me. And we all know the miracle that he worked at that stage. And so just in highlighting these 4 examples to you, I just want to ask you, what is it that you have got in your hands right now that you could give beyond yourself? What is it that you could give outwards into a world that is needy and broken and in such difficult spaces? I have a friend who always says, Debbie, you'll find it in your kitchen. You'll find it right in your house, that thing which you must give. You'll find it in your skill set. It's there. And so I leave you with that question. What have you got in your hand to give? And in this Corona time, when we're tempted just to live at a place of self-preservation, may we not. May we continue to keep an outward focus and take that which we have and ask the Lord to work a miracle. Just bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.